Chapter 6 Part A रुपिंदर ऐदा ही ना एक घर वाला ना नवी नवी इंश्योरेंस करा के ना लाइफ इंश्योरेंस दी ते फटाफट घर जाके कहना भगवान ने आला पर पॉलिसी मैं ना $5 मिलियन दी इंश्योरेंस कराती ते घर वाली कहती लै आले का काम किया वधिया काम किया रोज रोज की परेशानी ही खत्म कर दी अगे तो जो भी तुम बीमार होंगे सी मैं डॉक्टर से भजना पैंदा सी right. So the question number 1, in the event that the tenant abandons a commercial premises, the landlord is best advised to notify the tenant that the landlord intends to enter into possession of the premises solely, mean only, to relet means re-rent on the tenant's account, mean on the tenant's behalf. So first you can highlight commercial. Abandon means given up. So when you give up, so in this chapter you need to figure out first whether it's a residential or commercial. So you need to distinguish, otherwise you're going to lose 1 mark. So here the tenant, if the tenant leaves the commercial premises, right, and landlord is best advised to notify the tenant on the landlord's intent to enter into possession of the premises only to re-rent on the tenant's behalf. Why? So answer is third, so that all of the landlord's rights against the tenant will be preserved. So basically it's best for him to notify so that his rights are preserved. So he does not violate his rights. So it's number 3. And then we go to question number 19 from there. With respect to commercial tenancy, the covenant of quiet enjoyment is. So what do you mean by quiet enjoyment basically? Yes, quiet enjoyment you need to remember 3 key things. Defective title, tenant's rights are preserved. So it's number 4. An assurance to the tenant against the consequences of defective title involving the landlord or those lawfully claiming under the landlord. So remember the keyword defective title. Remember the rights of the tenants. For example, if the landlord has bought a building with a drug money and you are a tenant there, RCMP raids there, it's not your fault. Your rights are still preserved. They can't do anything to you because of the defective title of the landlord, because of his bad deals. So remember the keyword defective title. Answer is number 4. And then we go to question number 24 from there. So 24, when with respect to commercial tenancy there is said to be an implied covenant of quiet enjoyment. What do you mean by quiet enjoyment? Same answer. Third, answer is third, that the landlord provides assurance to the tenant against the consequence of defective title, highlight defective title, involving the landlord or those lawfully claiming under him. So answer is third. And then we go to the question number 2, where a commercial tenancy is expressed as lasting for a period of 1 year. So highlight commercial, highlight 1 year, and terminating on a fixed date. How much notice? So circle notice must be given. So basically you have leased a place, commercial place, say Shane Punjab restaurant, for 1 year. So after 1 year, how much notice do you need to give? No notice is required. No notice is required, is number 1. And then we go from there to question number 5. Same kind of question. Diana leased an apartment for host for 12 months. So highlight 12 months, commencing January 1st. Highlight January 1st. On April 1st, host conveyed the building to Bing. On April 15, Bing gave Diana a notice of end of the tenancy agreement effective May 15. The reason for the termination was that Bing wanted the apartment for his daughter. So highlight daughter, who had recently been married under the Residential Tenancy Act. So highlight residential. Here we are talking about residential. What is the earliest date by which Bing can require Diana to leave? So can you evict your tenant who has leased your place for 1 year? Because your relative is coming, your in-laws are coming? No. So earliest he can leave, to tell them to leave is after 1 year. So he leaves at January 1st and he can ask him to leave December 31st. So answer is third. So you cannot evict. So if the lease is for 1 year, so you can evict them only after 1 year. So we go to the question number 7. A periodic tenancy is. So periodic basically means, for example, you have leased a place for 1 year, and after 1 year, if you and the landlord agree, same term, same rent, last day, it renews for the same same conditions. So then it's called periodic tenancy, and is for commercial. So it's number third. A tenancy which automatically renews itself on the last day of the term for further term of the same length until it's terminated by either party upon proper notice. Unless the either party give a proper notice to leave. Otherwise, it's called periodic tenancy if you do for the same time, same length, same rent, everything same. So it's number third. Then we go to question number 17. Same question. A tenancy which automatically renews itself on the last day of the term for a further term, same duration, undetermined by either party, with proper notice, called periodic tenancy. So answer is third. Same question. And then we go to 32. Patty and Henry sign a residential tenancy agreement specified to last for 1 year, highlight 1 year, commencing January 1st, 2000 and ending December 31st, 2000, highlight that. Assuming neither party has given notice to end the tenancy agreement, which of the following statement about Patty and Henry agreement is true under the BC Residential Tenancy Act, highlight residential. So the answer number 2, on December 31st, unless the agreement provides otherwise, the term will automatically renew as a month to month. If it's a residential, after 1 year, it becomes month to month. In commercial, it becomes periodic tenancy, but in residential, it becomes month to month. So it's number 2. And that's it for this part.